I've come to realize that Roblox Bedwars players has no strategies in their gameplay. Like, if your strategy is to win the game or kill everybody, then this video is made for you. So if you played Roblox Bedwars, you'll know that everybody in that game are kind of insane. They're either very skilled or they're either very dumb. So I've come up with some strategies for players who are just starting off and hope this would help them. And I've also made a strategy for those pros out there, I'm looking at you, that really just wants to actually get a strategy for once, so their win rate can increase. Alright, so this strategy is going to be revolving around the kit Lassie. And I know what you're going to think. Oh, it's Lassie, the worst kit in the game? Why? Why? Well, I'll tell you later. But for now, I would like you to just listen. To start everything off, you're gonna need friends. So if you don't have any friends, stop watching this video. That's a joke. Don't actually stop watching. But if you don't have any friends, then you could try and get randoms to do this with you. But basically, you need 3 lassies. And when I say lassies, I mean using the kit skin, okay? Not just equipping the kit. And when you start using when the 3 lassies are ready, you start the match. 2 is fine. We could work with 2, but 3 is the best. 3 is the easiest for you to win. And when the game begins, the 3 lassies will be taking turns camping and getting diamonds. If you feel like you're not good enough, you could have 2 people get diamonds and 1 person camp. But if you feel like you're very good at the game, you at least know how to get diamonds without dying, then you could have 1 person get diamonds and 2 people camp. Preferably 1 person getting diamonds, but it would work just as well having 2 people get diamonds. And the goal for the diamond collectors is to get a tier 2 generator, while the person camping is just camping for, well, tools to fight with and tools to get beds. So since you're taking turns camping, everybody should have roughly the same gear. You have probably, depending on how you want to do this, you could have 1 bed breaker and 2 fighters to like help the bed breaker break beds, or you could have 3 bed breakers, 2 bed breakers, and 1 defender. It's just completely up to you. Well, this part at least is completely up to you. I would suggest having 2 bed breakers if you're less experienced, but 1 bed breaker if you're decent at the game. What you're gonna do first is, well, after you're done getting preparing for everything, you go on a bed breaking streak. You go from bed to the after bed, breaking all of them. And you're not trying to kill the players after you broke the bed. No. After you break the bed, you immediately go to the next bed and break that bed. And the reason why is when the enemy loses their bed to lassies, the worst kid in the game, well, what everybody thinks is the worst kid in the game, they're probably not going to be feeling so good. So you have a high win rate against them. But it's only against them. The others don't know what's happening. So this would mean that you're wasting more time to take them out rather than letting themselves die out from, well, the other team's pressuring or well, just dumb mistakes like falling to the void or fireballing themselves and stuff like that. So it would be better if you go and pressure other teams because Lassie, like I said, is the worst kid. Everybody says it is. And people would commonly think that, oh, it's a Lassie, I could 1v3 all of them. Because, you have 3 teammates. Well, you should. So, those 3 Lassies, the enemy isn't gonna sweat too much about. But, because you have 3 people, you actually have the majority, right? Well, unless they have more people than you. But you have a lot of people. You could fight and break beds very well. It's so very easy. There's less stress for one person. And so when the enemy loses a bed or loses in fighting, they're gonna feel bad about themselves. And when they do, you have a higher chance on killing them. So you do that to every single team. They have a higher chance of losing, dying, after you take their bed and make them feel weak. Since they think you're gonna be weak when they just meet you, they're probably gonna. Their mind is gonna tell them it's whatever. Take it easy, and that's why you have a high win rate against them. So you take out all the beds. 1 or 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 would probably be dead by now on the opposing teams. So then you and your friends kill them one by one. Your bed will be at threat. So if you have a 4th person, which would be a huge surprise, because honestly, how do you have 3 friends? How? Just tell me, please. I need friends. But anyways, if you do, then the last teammate could be the responsible one and guard the bed from intruders, since you're probably going to be raided very soon. Because of that, you want the people who's killing should try and do it fast. So everybody would be charging, killing, and blah 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 till the game is over. That is the basic idea. And just to sum it up, basically you're just doing this, okay? Get generator 2, prepare to fight and break beds, and after you get all the beds, then you kill. And the reason why is, I said it a few times, but I'll say it again. Because the enemy will underestimate you. Lassie, everybody's idea of Lassie is it's a weak thing. It's weak. It's super bad. Yes, all the kid though do is give you a string. Which what are you supposed to do? It hang yourself with it? Don't actually, please. I don't want to be. I want to be reported for telling kids to die. don't take it the way I said it. Okay. But yeah, what is the stream supposed to do? It's very slow to like grab the enemy, because all the string really does is you throw it, grab the enemy, it gets closer to you, which is stupid in the first place. You're grabbing an enemy to come and kill you. What? What? That's just dumb. So everybody already hates it, and the developers aren't doing anything to change it because they think it's well balanced. So it's usually free. And if your whole team is using Lassie, then it will be confusing for the enemies anyways. You could let's say you're in a fight, one of you are low. So then you stay slightly back, just slightly. Your teammates are forming human shield, and you're just slightly back. And what I mean by low health, I mean when you're 4 hits away from death. I mean, you still could fight if you get someone ambush or anything, but you're not going to be fighting very well. But you definitely still can. So here, it would be the enemy would probably be surprised that Lassies are doing this well, but they forgot they have a lot of people here. There's a lot of people, and because since you guys are the same kits, and if you guys have the same name, then that would be even better. Since you guys look the same, do the same thing, have the same name, maybe it's your choice. The enemy is probably gonna get confused on who they hit already and who's not low. They can't focus on one person. And that would be crucial because they will always feel outnumbered then. If you and your teammates just stay and play properly, just don't die. This requires teamwork, meaning VC, which stands for video, and each other. Cause why not? I think. I'm not sure. I all I know is you just video. You just okay. Easiest way to explain it: you video your friends and you play together, so you guys could talk while you're playing together. Yeah. Since they will underestimate you, because nobody looks sassy, and they're gonna get confused on which one is which. So in fighting, you have advantage too. That's already very good. Um, and that's about it for the starter strategy. This is the simple version of it. And for the pros who've been waiting to hear the advanced version, I'll give it to you now. First of all, we're going to start off with a different take. Since you're a pro, 2 people camping and 1 person getting diamonds should be good enough. And when I say pro, I mean all of your teammates, everybody you're playing with, is good enough. Okay, they're all decent, slightly above average, maybe average, and they could do everything efficiently. So 2 people will be camping, 1 person will be going to get diamonds, and this time diamonds would be crucial. Getting diamonds is like you want every single bit of diamonds kind of job this time. Rather, if we were just doing normally, diamonds could be okay. You lose 1, you lose 2, it's fine as long as you got your goal before, let's say, I don't know, 10 minutes. Yeah, say that. But for pros, you must get it very fast as you can. And so, the 2 people camping would immediately go out and assert their dominance, controlling everybody. Everybody would be threatened by this lassie combo. The 2 lassies will stay together, and the 3rd lassie would still be setting up the generator. So, the 2 lassies could go mid or take up beds, depending on what things you're good at. And if you go mid, then you get emeralds and you get even buffer. But if you take out beds, then you do it quick and you kill everybody. So this is like a already very threatening and very fast-paced strategy. So in for the pros. And so, like I said, you're probably gonna underestimate you, so it's easier for you. Plus, it's harder to distinguish who's who, since you guys are all using this kit skin. If you're not using kit skin, then the strategy boosts a lot of value, because you also don't tell the enemy what kit you are, so they could easily assume you're anything else. But as I was saying, because you're making everybody afraid of you, when you push, you have a threat. You're pressuring them already. Just looking at you, they're probably gonna feel a slight bit of pressure, and they're also gonna think you're slightly weak. So, in the heat of the moment, they're probably gonna think you're scary, but their brain is also gonna tell them, if they already think Lassie's weak, then their brain's probably gonna tell them it's whatever, it's fine. So they're gonna be loosened up, and they're gonna be pressured by you, and they're gonna have some tense feelings. So they're probably gonna be confused because of those 2 feelings. Therefore, you have a high win rate in combat or just taking out their bed in general. And so this is after you're done with getting Gen 2, and so everybody comes back, gets their gear, and finishes off the game. You could modify the strategy a little. I would say, you have a few choices. You could go a faster pace, because lastly with leather armor, it's actually very hard to distinguish. and just the looks of last season very intimidating. So for early game, if you're really good, you could probably just rush with leather armor and like an axe or something, because the axe break faster. I hope you already know this before watching the video. If you don't, I recommend DV plays. He does mostly tips. He has a few strategy videos, but usually they only last for like a few weeks because devs usually ban them. This strategy isn't that overpowered and is skill related. Well, less skill related if you have the numbers. So I tried to make this for everybody. I hope this works pretty well for you. And if you want to know what this strategy is called, well, I'm proud to tell you. I call it string games. Okay, listen, it's not related to Squid Games at all. I know what you're thinking, but no, I called it that because strings. Lassie has strings. No, it's lasso and games because mine. I'm just not gonna try and use that joke anymore. Oh, forgot something. If you made it this far into the video, then you're gonna get this special treatment. All right. So, if you really feel like you're very good, you could use Lassie's Lasso. Whoops, I'm touching my mic. You could use Lassie's Lasso to your advantage too. Simply by just baiting an enemy. Because when you hold your lasso open and do the motion where you, like you're acting like you're gonna catch them or something, they're either gonna choose to build up or jump down. They jump down. It's best if you know that you could fight them. If you can't fight them, I don't suggest using the lasso trick. But when you know that your enemy you could easily take, you will use lasso to bait them off or go up, giving you more time to do a certain thing. Let's say they're invading your bed, so you have more time to make a bed defense. Plus, if they jump down, you could kill them and problem solved. That's it for this video. Hope this helps. I'll be posting new videos every week. I could probably do that. I'm probably gonna make a video the day after an update releases. But if this video could reach 10 likes and 2 comments requesting for the next kit, then I'll make a video before the next update comes out. Anyways, bye.